Hello students, welcome to the video class for the subject Basic Electrical Engineering, and this subject is for first semester diploma engineering students. So in previous video sessions we already covered concept of current law, concept of source and load, Ohm's law, concept of resistance, relation of VI and R in series circuit, relation of VI and R in parallel circuit. Okay, so today we will discuss about the division of current in parallel circuit, division of voltage in series circuit, effect of power in series and parallel circuit, Kirchhoff's law. Okay, so division of current in parallel circuit, division of voltage in series circuit. So first we will discuss division of current in parallel circuit. So see, this is one parallel circuit diagram. Here supply voltage is B, current is total current flowing through the circuit is I, and one resistance is R1 and another resistance is R2. These two resistance are joined in parallel, and current in each branch is given here. That is in R1 branch it is I1, in R2 branch it is I2. So see, already we found the equation from the Ohm's law. From Ohm's law, we found that B equals to I into R. Okay. So from this, we can find out that I is equal to what? B by R. Okay. So that from this, I1 is equal to what? B by R1, and I2 is equal to B by R2, because here total voltage is V. So if I from these two equations we can find out I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. Okay, so see, 1 by R1 is equal to G. G is the conductance and R is the resistance. So conductance and resistance are reciprocal to each other. So 1 by R1 is equal to G, or you can say 1 by G is equal to R. So from this 1 by R1 is equal to G1, 1 by R2 is equal to G2. So I1 by I2 is equal to what? G1 by G2, because here R2. Okay, so R2, here 1 by R1 is G1, so G1 is in numerator and G2 is in denominator. So I1 by I2 is equal to G1 by G2. Okay, so the division of current in the branches of parallel circuit is directly proportional to the conductance of the branches, or inversely proportional to the resistances. See, here I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1, and I1 by I2 is equal to G1 by G2. That's why it is directly proportional to conductance and inversely proportional to their resistance. Okay. So we may also express the branch current in terms of total circuit current. So this is our main formula for the current division, which we use in many which we will use to solving many problems. Okay, see, so how we will find out the branch current in terms of total circuit current. Let's see. See here, this is your I, and this I is divided into two part, I1 plus I2. That's why I1 plus I2 is equal to I, written here, this expression. Then I2 is equal to what? I minus I1. And see, come to this equation, I1 by I2 is equal to R2 by R1. So I1 is there, then I2 is there. So in place of I2, I can write I by I1. So I1 divided by I minus I1 is equal to R2 by R1. So if we solve this algebraic equation, cross multiply it, I1 R1 is equal to R2 into I minus I1. So if we solve this algebraic expression, we can find out that I1 is equal to I into R2 by R1 plus R2. So this is your home task, to solve this algebraic expression and come with the conclusion, this one. This is our final expression. One is in terms of resistance, another one is in terms of conductance. Okay, so this is your home task, to resolve this algebraic equation and find out this expression, final expression. What? I1 is equal to I into R2 by R1 plus R2. So what you found that I1, which is the current through the branch R1. Okay, so I1 is equal to total current. I is the total current, so total current into opposite resistance. So if we found current through the resistance R1, then its opposite resistance is what? R2. So total current into opposite resistance divided by sum of all resistance. Sum of all resistance means here we have two resistances R1 and R2. That's why I into opposite resistance R2 divided by sum of all resistance, that is R1 plus R2. And I1 in terms of conductance is I into G1 by G1 plus G2. Then again we can found in the same way that I2 is equal to total current into, I2 means current through resistance R2, so total current into opposite resistance. So its opposite resistance is R1. So R1 by sum of all resistance R1 plus R2. So this is expression for I2 in terms of total current. So this is your home task, that you express, you solve this expression and find out this equation and also find out this equation. Okay, so I just write here the overall expression. You have to find out from these algebraic expression. Okay, so this is your home task. Find out I1 and I2 from this above expression. Okay, so the current division rule has direct application in solving electric circuit by Norton's theorem. This Norton's theorem we will discuss in later part. Okay, so how to find out individual current in the branches? Here see in this diagram, three branches of resistances are connected in parallel, and in branch resistance R1, R2, R3. In each branch current is I1, I2, I3. Overall total current is I. Total voltage apply across this circuit is B. So how to find out here current, individual current across these branches I1, I2, I3? If here it is a three resistance connected in parallel. In the previous one, two resistance connected in parallel. So see, three resistance in parallel connected across a voltage V. So here total current, the total current is, here the total current is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. In the in the previous case, where in case of two branches, total current is what? I is equal to I1 plus I2 in the previous one, where two branches of resistance are connected in parallel, but here three resistors are in parallel. So here total current is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So here the equivalent resistance, let it be R. Equivalent resistance, let it be R. Already I told you how to find out equivalent resistance in case of series, in case of parallel. Okay, so here the equivalent resistance is, let it be R. So see, from the Ohm's law already we find out that V is equal to I into R. Okay, so V is equal to, we can write I1 into R1. Okay, V is equal to I1 into R1, you can write. So here also V is equal to I into R, V is equal to I1 into R1. See, V is the voltage across these 2 points. Okay, so V is equal to I into R if R is the equivalent resistance, and V is equal to I1 into R1 across this. So I can write I into R is equal to I1 into R1. So if we solve this algebraic expression, then I by I1 is equal to R1 by R. Or I can write I1 is equal to I into R by R1. Okay, so here R is the equivalent resistance. So let's find out equivalent resistance. So for parallel branch, equivalent resistance is 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Already I told you this is. So if we solve this expression, then R is equal to R1, R2, R3 divided by R2, R3 plus R2. So it is it is your written here some mistake. It is 1. So here the equivalent resistance expression is R1 R2 R3 divided by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1. So if I put this R expression in this equation where we can find out I1, then I1 is equal to I into R is there, so R, put the R expression here, R1 R2 R3 by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1 in divided by R1. So R1 R1 cancel out each other, so final expression is I1 is equal to I into R2 R3 divided by R1 R2 R2 R3 plus R3 R1. So in terms of conductance, I is equal to G1 divided by G1 plus G2 plus G3. This is I1 expression. Then I2 expression is again I is equal to R2 R3. I2 is equal to I is the total current into R1 R3. Okay, I2 is the resistance. I2 is the current through the resistance R2. So here the opposite resistances are what? R1 and R3. So product of opposite resistance, that is R1 and R3, divided by sum of all the resistance, that is R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1, then is equal to, in terms of conductance, I into G2 divided by G1 plus G2 plus G3. Okay. Likewise, I3 is equal to I into opposite resistance, product of opposite resistances R1 and R2. So R1 R2 by R1 R2 plus R2 R3 plus R3 R1, then is equal to I into G3 divided by G1 plus G2 plus G3. This is your expressions for the individual currents across the resistors I1, I2, I3. So your task is you have to put this R expression here in this equation and find out these three expressions in detail. This is also your homework. Okay. The next one is the voltage divider rule. So in voltage divider rule, see, since in a series circuit same current flows through each of the given resistors. This is your series circuit. So R1, here R1, R2, R3 are three resistances connected in series, and voltage across it is 24 volt applied here. So since in series circuit same current flows through each of the given resistor, then voltage drop varies directly with its resistance. Okay, so here same current flows in all the resistances, so here the voltage drop is let it the current be I, let the current is I. Okay, so we can write that here the drop is I into R1, here the drop is I into R2, here the drop is I into R3. Okay, so see, in this figure 24 volt battery connected across a series combination of three resistors, and here total resistance is your R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So here the value is given 246. So 2 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 12 ohm. Already I told you ohm is the unit of the resistance. So according to the voltage divider rule, the formula is what? Voltage across each resistor, how we find out? The formula is V1 is equal to, V is the total voltage into the same resistance across which we have to find out voltage. So R1 divided by sum of all the resistance or R equivalent. So V into R1 divided by R is the R1 plus R2 plus R3. Similarly, V2 is equal to total voltage V into the same resistance. So V2 is equal to V into R2 by R1. Sorry, R2 by R equivalent, because total voltage is V and the voltage across which we have to find out voltage V2, that is R2 divided by R equivalent, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Again V3 is equal to total voltage V into the same resistance R3 divided by R equivalent. So in this way we can find out various voltage drops across the different resistors connected in series. Okay. The next part is effect of power in series and parallel circuit. So here see what is this effect of power in series and parallel circuit. So some characteristics of series and parallel circuit I have listed here. See what are the main characteristics of series circuit. Same current flows through all parts of the circuit. In the series circuit, I already told you different resistors have their individual voltage drops. Voltage drops are additive, and applied voltage equals the sum of different voltage drops. Then resistances are additive and power is additive. Okay, so here I can write P total power across the circuit is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So powers are additive in case of series circuit, and in case of series voltage drops are additive. I told you, in case if supply voltage is V and voltage drop across the each individual resistor is like V1, V2 plus dot dot. So this is like the number of resistor, according to the number of resistors there is the number of voltage drops appear. So voltage drops are additive, that is supply voltage is equal to sum of all the voltage drops. Okay, so resistance are also additive. I told you R is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 up to Rn. So here power also additive. Power is equal to P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3 up to nth number. So see, power expression is equal to I square R and V square by R. By using these two equations, you can find out power in each individual resistance. So P is equal to V into I. This is the main formula for power. From this equation we can find out P is equal to I square R and P is equal to V square by R. If I put V is equal to I into R here, then I R into I, it gives I square R. If I put I in place of I, V by R, then P is equal to V square by R. Okay, so clear about the power. Then the main characteristics of parallel circuit. See, same voltage acts across all the parts of the circuit. Different resistors have their individual current, branch currents are additive, conductances are additive, and here powers are additive. Here also this equation applicable. Okay, P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3, like this. Okay, so the next part is the Kirchhoff's law. So what is this Kirchhoff's law? Let's study. See, in Kirchhoff's law we will study two laws, Kirchhoff's current law and Kirchhoff's voltage law. So first we will cover Kirchhoff's current law, or it is also called as Kirchhoff's point law. What is this Kirchhoff's current law and point law? Let's see. In any electrical network, the algebraic sum of current meeting at a point or junction is 0. So in another way, it is simply defines that the total current leaving a junction the total current leaving a junction is equal to the total current entering the junction. So algebraic sum of all the current meeting at a point or junction is 0, or you can say sum of total current leaving a junction is equal to sum of total current entering the junction. Okay, it is true because there is no accumulation of charges at the junction of the network. So consider one example. See, some conductors are meeting at point A. This diagram, okay, this diagram. Some conductors are meeting at point A. So some conductors have current leading to point A. See, I1 is entering, then I2 is outgoing, I3 is outgoing, I5 is outgoing, and I4 is incoming, entering. I1 and I4 entering, and I2, I3, I5 leaving. Okay, so what happens here? See, some currents are entering and some currents are leaving away point A. So assuming the incoming current to be positive and outgoing current to be negative, you can assume anything: incoming current as positive, outgoing current as negative, or outgoing current as positive and incoming current as negative. So like this, if here we consider incoming current as positive and outgoing current as negative, so here I1 is positive and I4 is positive. So see, I1 positive, I4 positive, and outgoing current is I2, I3, I5. These are negative. I5 negative, I3 negative, I2 negative. So algebraic sum of all the current is equal to 0. So from this expression we can find out I1 plus I4 is equal to I2, I3, I5. So this proves summation of algebraic sum of algebraic sum of the all the incoming current meeting at a point is equal to algebraic sum of all the outgoing current leaving the junction. This is the Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, so we can express this as summation of I is equal to 0. So this, if from this example also you can prove the Kirchhoff's current law. Okay, the next one is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. Next one is the Kirchhoff's voltage law. See what happens in Kirchhoff's voltage law. The algebraic sum of product of current and resistances in each of the conductor in any closed path or mesh in a network plus the algebraic sum of the EMFs in that path is 0. So in expression we can write that summation of I into R plus summation of EMF is equal to 0. So what it means, first consider a mesh or a loop or a closed path. So in any closed path, the algebraic sum of product of current and resistance in each of the conductor in any closed path and plus the algebraic sum of EMF in that path is 0. So see, this is a path. Here 3 examples are given. Okay. First see here, in this circuit diagram, this is a node. This part is a node. Okay. And this is one branch. It is mentioned as a one branch, and this part is the loop. Okay. So how you find out Kirchhoff's voltage law here? See, in this node we can apply Kirchhoff's current law. So see here, I1 is entering the node, I2 is entering the node, I3 is entering the node. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. This proves Kirchhoff's current law. And now considering this loop is drawn here. See, this is R5, this is R6. This is R5, this is R6, this is R7, this is R8. So voltage across each conductor or each branch is mentioned here: B5, B8, B6, B7. So what is the statement of Kirchhoff's voltage law? That the algebraic sum of all the voltage drops plus algebraic sum of all the EMFs in a closed path is 0. So here we have only the voltages. So if we go in a anti-clock or counterclockwise direction starting from B5, so B5 plus B6 plus B7 plus B8 is equal to 0. Okay, because here the outgoing point is the positive, so here B5 positive, B6 positive, B7 positive, B8 positive, so algebraic sum of all the voltages is equal to 0. Similarly, some voltages in clockwise direction, okay, like this, if we consider in a clockwise direction, then here B5 outgoing point is at negative, B8 is at negative, B7 is also at negative, B6 is also at negative. So minus B5 minus B8 minus B7 minus plus B6 is equal to 0. This proves Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, so this is here negative, it is negative here, okay, not positive. Okay, so this is all about Kirchhoff's voltage law. So you just remember the statement and know the technique how you find out KVL equation from a closed loop or a mesh. Okay, we will discuss in detail of the KCL and KVL by solving some problems in next class. Okay, thank you.